time you spent in New Zealand.
Yeah.
You work with all kind of ages of kids in there. How popular is baseball in New Zealand?
Yeah, so it grows every year. It was something that I went over there not really sure what I was getting into, and like you said, all ages. In the morning you might be doing t-ball, and by the afternoon you're doing men's league or training for the national team. So it's a grassroots thing, but it's grown every year, and they've got several guys playing in college in the U.S. and a couple guys in the minor leagues too.
I saw you were coach for a couple teams in the Cal Ripken World Series. What did they like about baseball? Because I know that it's a big rugby nation. So what was it about baseball that caught their fancy?
So they play a lot of rugby in the winter, and then in the summer it's cricket. So there's some similarity there to baseball. And then I think as MLB's expanded and they see it on TV and they see some of the superstars in the game, the more they're exposed to it, they're like, hey, that looks pretty cool. So when we go in there to try to introduce it, they're all in it. And once you get in there, it's fun and you have a good time. And you see those big guys on TV, and it just becomes part of what you want to do.
Was it fulfilling for you to be able to see the light go off of them at all those different ages when that love of baseball kind of hits?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, it's pure because it's brand new to them. They're like, hey, this is fun, and that's the only reason they do it is because it's fun, and that's you should all remember that.
It's the same thing that got you involved in baseball way back. Now, back in 2020, you were supposed to take your first stint as a manager, and they got canceled because of COVID.
Right.
Do you feel like this? What did you do with those years? Do you feel like this is the right time, right place now, or were you ready then?
Yeah, I think this is the right place, right time. 2020 was unfortunate for a lot of reasons, but there's also some positive. I had a newborn son that I got to be with every day, which might not have happened otherwise. But yeah, this is the right time and place for it. Last year I think was a good prep for me, being a bench coach next to a guy who had done it for a long time, and Mikey Guerrero, and now it's time for me to do it.
Now, I was looking at your roster. You seem to have a lot of lefties. It's very strange. So how do you deal with something like that?
I think if you can pitch, and we expect our guys to get everybody out. Right-handed hitters, left-handed hitters. If you want to pitch in the big leagues, you got to get everybody out, and that's the way we're going to approach it.
Well, it just saves you to have to play a chess match because you ain't really got the option of one to with left-handed.
Right. Whoever's available, that's who's going to pitch, and we'll find the best guy for the situation.
How excited are you for this upcoming season?
Very excited. Obviously this is a new role for me. That's exciting. But then the group that I've gotten to know over the last 6 weeks in Arizona, we've got good young players that everyone's excited about. So interested to see these guys take the first step and see what we can do on the field.
What's been your biggest challenge so far in your new role?
A lot more things are falling under my umbrella than ever have before. When you're the hitting coach, you worry about hitting. When you're the bench coach, you assist the manager. And now that you're the manager, it's all on you. Like, for instance, scheduling these media days and make sure everyone's here and dressed on time. That's all of a sudden my responsibility. So little things like that.
How important is, with the new rules with baseball, how important is base running going to be to the season and upcoming season?
Really important, and we've seen that the last couple of years, and I think our organization, the Brewers, we've embraced it. If you look at our major league roster right now, it's all guys who are athletic, who can run, who are intelligent on the bases, and that's because we've emphasized it from the top down starting several years ago. We kind of saw these changes coming, and we had young athletic players who are now in the major leagues making an impact.
Do you see this team as being a top-tier team in the league this year? I mean, what are your expectations for them as a group?
Yeah, obviously I have no idea what anybody else looks like at this point, not seeing any other org, but I know that our group is very talented and very driven to be good and take this first step in their career, and they want to do it the right way and do it with some winning habits.
I'll do a quick get-to-know-you question. Kind of what got you into baseball? What got you started and what got you passionate about being in baseball?
I don't know, as far back as I can remember, that's been the only thing on my mind as a kid. My mom would say it's because she was pregnant with me during the '86 World Series. She's from Brooklyn, so she's a Mets fan, so she likes to take credit for that. But it's as far back as I can remember, it's been baseball and not much else.
So I'm assuming, are you a Mets fan as well by virtue, or what's your favorite team?
No. I'm a Brewers fan.
Okay.
I've been here 7 years and been embraced by the organization, and have seen a lot of good players come through our system, and this is where I'm at.
Awesome.
When did you decide that you wanted to be into managing a team, and when did Milwaukee approach you?
Yeah, it's something that's been on my mind for a little while. I spent my first 5 years as a hitting coach, and that's fulfilling and really fun and really challenging in itself. But when you're a hitting coach, your world is kind of in the batting cage, and then with the hitters all day, every day. I was interested in seeing other facets of the game, and also interested in the chance to lead a young group like this.
What is the player that's emerged most over the weeks you've had them?
That's a good question. That's a tough answer because at first I didn't see a lot of our pitchers throw, and the more I've gotten to see this young pitching staff throw, the more impressed I've been. I feel like the last week of spring training, every day I saw a little bit more of these guys, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what people are talking about. So yeah, they've really made an impression on me.
Coming back, the Mudcats broke a long streak of no playoffs last year. Were you aware of that coming in, and just to fall in the shoes of you're falling in the shoes of a manager of the year?
Yeah.
I mean, and this is your very first stint. What type of manager are you? I know you're going to be your own man, but
yeah.
what kind of guy are you?
Well, I guess we're going to find that out. It's interesting. My first job as a hitting coach, Victor, was the manager. And then I've worked for several of the managers who are now on the major league staff or managing in the minor league. So hopefully I've been able to take a little bit from all of them and put it in my own voice and lead this team. We'll see what happens,
Mm-hmm. Now, you're a young guy, so you can still hang with these young guys, and you're really relatable. Would you say still at this age?
I'm not sure if I necessarily live in the same world as some of these guys. I've got 2 young boys, and that's kind of my world. Up until all morning I'm with the boys, and then I come here, so it's full speed ahead. I don't know if I'm exactly thinking about the same thing as these guys.
Now, this is almost like a homecoming for you too, because you played at your state.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you been following that run? Is that something that you've been okay? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like I was talking to somebody the other day, and it's like this is how state does it. They're Cinderella, and it's not it's never going to be the easy road for them. But no, it's been exciting, and I know there's a lot of buzz around the area right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How did it feel for you? Because these kids are heading out that same way when you got drafted. How did it affect you that day when you got the call?
Yeah, it's a life-changing moment no matter what your circumstances are, whether you're the first pick in the country or a college senior like I was. It changes your life, and it's a culmination of a lot of things, but it's also the start of your professional career. So it's kind of an interesting feeling because you feel really proud and accomplished, but you also know that the real work is ahead of you.
Right, and that's a feeling you want to share with all these guys, I'm sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, cool. Hey, thank you very much.
You got it.
For your time. Good luck this season.
Yeah, I have one last one. So, what's the biggest difference that you've seen between being a college senior in college baseball versus A-ball or Double A?
Yeah.
What's the biggest challenge for them?
The length of the season, the schedule is grueling. It's every day now. Every Monday is off, which it wasn't that way in the past. The length of the schedule, it's relentless. Parts of it are not glamorous, I feel like major college baseball now is like probably closer environment to the major leagues than the minor leagues, just because the facilities and everything else that goes with it is so top notch in major college baseball. But probably the schedule is probably the separator from amateur and professional baseball.
That's all I have. I appreciate you.
Yeah, just one question for you. You're coming in, new manager. You're coming in with a pretty fresh coaching staff as well. How does it feel to be able to kind of head a group that's having their first year here, and how do you think you're going to be able to work along with them and grow with them?
Yeah, it's exciting when you have a staff that is young in the game or younger in their career. It's exciting because they want to make an impression. They want to do the best they can for these players. So for me, it's exciting, and my role in all that is going to be to support them and give them what they need so they can coach these guys to the best of their ability.
Thank you. That's good.
Thank you.